Hi, I'm Tim.Oddo, reverse mortgage specialist with the Oddo Group. And this morning I have one of my lovely clients, Beth. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
How are
you?
you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm
Good.
happy to be in Denver.
Yes, good to see you
So-
too. And glad to have you. Well, it's such a nice July morning that we're actually sitting on Beth's lanai right now. Beth lives in a senior community. She lives in a really cool condo, and she actually used a reverse mortgage to purchase this condo about a year and a half ago, right?
Mhm.
October of 2019
Mhm.
was when it was.
Yep.
And I'm going to give Beth a little background, and I'm going to let kind of Beth tell her story. But so Beth lived in Illinois,
Yes.
and kind of grew up there and lived there for a lot of years.
I actually grew up in New England, but in
Oh.
Massachusetts. But
Okay,
married a Navy man, and he was from Illinois.
he was from Illinois,
Uh-huh.
and in Illinois, you were a realtor
Yes.
for how many? Talk a little bit about that.
35 years.
35 years. Wow.
I loved it.
She told me off camera how much she loved being a realtor and helping clients and that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
and I feel very much the same way with this loan. So when it came time to move to Denver, where your kids are here, your son and your daughter are here,
Yes.
right?
And 4 grandchildren.
And 4 grandchildren. That's
Right.
right. Let's not forget them. So talk a little bit about that. You owned a home in Illinois,
Yes.
and from the sale of that home, you had enough money to actually buy this condo and pay for it cash if you wanted to.
Right. Yes. But I also had investments, and I retired at the time when I moved out here. I was retiring,
That's
so I knew that I wasn't going to have any more income coming in. And I talked to my investment person, and he said, if you can find another way to supplement your loan, or to supplement the money you're going to put into buying a place in Denver, that's going to be a very good idea. You have good investments. I think you ought to keep them.
Yeah, he wanted to see you
And-
keep more of your investments
Yes.
under management, and to
Right.
ensure that you could live here the rest of your life.
Right.
Also, like you said, to your point, you wanted to make sure that you'd been a realtor for 35, 40 years. Now you're going to go to be retired and living on a fixed income.
Right.
So that was important to make sure it lasted. And
Exactly. Yeah. And I was very concerned about that because I hadn't really had to live on a budget before.
right,
My husband had a good job. We never had to do that. But I thought, I have only myself to depend on,
yeah,
and I want to retire.
Right.
I really want to. It was just time to
Just time.
retire. And
Right.
my 80th birthday was looming. And
You don't look 80.
well, and that was all
Don't act
part of
like
it. That was all part of it because I just thought I have to make do with what I have.
Right.
And I can't, I won't be investing anymore. I want to make those investments work.
You want to make
ones
those
they have.
investments last as long
Exactly.
as you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the great aspects of a reverse mortgage, when people properly understand it, is that it helps you maintain and extend the life of your investments, right?
Yes.
Helps your money go further.
Exactly.
And so how has that been now that you've been here in Colorado for the last year and a half and living here with the reverse? How has that helped you with your monthly budget, Beth?
Totally, because I can live within my budget. And if I had a mortgage payment, or I could have just put the money into the money that I needed, I could have just paid cash for this place.
Right.
But then I had to take the money out of my investments, and I did not want to do that. So this was just like the perfect solution
Yeah.
for me.
I remember the first time I spoke to you, you had a lot of questions about reverse mortgages, because although she had done real estate for 35 years, you'd never actually done a reverse mortgage for a client.
No.
And so when we first spoke, we talked on the phone a handful of times when you were in Illinois. You flew out here, and I actually met you and your daughter and your son, which we do a lot at your daughter's house, right?
Yes.
And we kind of sat down and went through the whole thing because your kids were concerned too, and they wanted to make sure this was the right.
And I was glad my daughter was there. She had just gotten her real estate license
That's right.
in the state of Colorado, and she had no training in reverse mortgages. So you explained it to her,
Yes.
and she's since had some older clients who are probably more likely to do it than, I'm
Yeah.
not sure whether than younger people, but even so, it was a good education for her. And my son was in the commercial loan business.
Yes.
It was interesting for him to learn about it too. So that part was great too. I'm just very comfortable with it.
Very
With the
comfortable.
whole solution, I was very comfortable.
It was a good solution
Yes.
for your cash flow and for your retirement. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's
Yes.
a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And then after the fact too, I mean, you and I have spoken on a bunch of occasions. As something comes up, or if you have a question or whatever, you know, you're never afraid to call me, and I like that. That's good,
Right.
right?
I also like getting the reports that you send out every month. It just shows me exactly where the loan is, and you know, I always depended upon someone else to do that when I was selling real estate. I didn't have to do it.
Right.
But now I'm the one using that product, and I like the reports. They're easy to understand.
The monthly statements.
Yes, the monthly statements. And
That's
they're-
actually a great point. You actually get a monthly statement, even though there's not a monthly payment due. You actually get a monthly statement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
Mhm.
good. Well, listen,
Yeah.
you have a lovely home here.
Oh yes. Well, it's just a great place.
It is. Well, Beth,
That's
it's
it.
so great to see you. Thanks for agreeing to meet us out here, and
I'm just very happy with that product, and I think other people will be too when they realize, you know, how that can just structure your whole life,
yeah,
your whole retirement.
yeah, it gives you
So-
more financial peace of mind.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, listen, it's great to see you. I always enjoy hearing from you, and thanks for spending a few minutes here today with us.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm just glad to see you. So, anyway, anytime.
Okay, thanks,
Okay.
Beth.